uncovering the secrets that you won't find on YouTube, next on Music Surgery with me, Dr. Bob. We've all heard of masking, where frequencies from different instruments get in the way of each other and cloud our overall image. Making space for these parts means making spaces for these frequencies. Here's an example between guitars and a lead vocal that shows this technique with very precise EQ and compression methods. All right, you guys, let me show you a really good tip on cleaning up your vocal during heavy guitars. Now, this is a side chaining tip. If I were to normally side chain something, it might be like a kick drum and a bass. So every time the kick drum hits, the bass would duck a little bit to let the kick drum through. What I've done here is I've side chained the big distorted guitars to be ducked by the lead vocal. Now, quick thing in side chaining here. If I put a compressor on these distorted guitars, then that compressor would react to those guitars. But if I side chain the compressor on these guitars to react by the lead vocal, then the compressor is going to be on these guitars, but it's going to react not on the transients of these guitars, but on the transients of this vocal. So, what I've done is I've gone to my stereo group of guitars here, and I've put a multiband compressor. Now, if I put a regular compressor on these guitars, then every time the vocal would sing, it would compress every frequency of these guitars. But I don't necessarily want every frequency ducked when the singer sings. I just want the frequencies that get in the way of the frequency of the lead vocal, because the other frequencies of the guitar would be important and could almost surround the lead vocal. So, what this is just compressing the frequencies that I want it to compress every time the vocal sings. So, let's listen to it at first with no sidechain compressor, and here's what I have.
'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong. I'm so awkward, awkward, awkward. I'm freaking out.
Okay, so now if I turn on this compressor to react from the lead vocal, but to react against the guitars, now I'm just, as you can see here, it's mostly dipping down in the 1K range. So let me play it, and you can show what it's doing between 250 and 4K here.
'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong. I'm so awkward.
Now, you're seeing the compressor react every time the singer sings, but it's not compressing the vocal. The vocal doesn't have the compressor on it. The distorted guitars do. So every time the vocal sings, this compressor reacts, but it compresses the distorted guitars. So now let me show you what I do to find the sweet spot, to find the right frequencies to compress more so the guitars stay out of the way of the vocal. So I'm going to sweep the compression, which is almost like sweeping what EQ. It gets confusing, but it makes sense. I'm sweeping the compression, But as I sweep the compression, it's the EQ points that the compressor will compress out of the guitars to make the vocal push forward.
'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong. I'm so awkward, awkward, awkward. I'm freaking out. 'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not is telling me I don't belong. I'm so awkward, awkward, awkward.
You could tell there I've not compressed the right place because the guitars are in the vocal range still. Listen.
'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong. I'm so awkward, awkward, awkward. I'm freaking out. 'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong. I'm so awkward, awkward, awkward. I'm freaking out. 'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong.
That's sounding right. This dip right here, which is about 2K. Oh, no, sorry, 1.5. Seems like it's getting the guitars out of the way more. Just for fun, let me look at the vocal and kind of see where his kind of fundamental is here.
'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong. I'm so awkward, awkward, awkward.
So I'm boosting a little more at that 1.5 where I'm taking it out here. And you can tell now that they're starting to fit like this together. This is the vocal channel here. This is the vocal channel. And I'm sending this vocal, this is on a send, over to the compressor here that's compressing these distorted guitars. So here's without it.
'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong.
Now I think I can turn the guitars up even more.
'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong.
That is so magic. I mean, I can really tell how these are going like this now instead of fighting each other for the frequency. Let me take it, let me bypass the compressor.
'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong.
Now you can see it when I turn the compressor on, it does drop in dB here, the overall of the distorted guitars, but it's dropping more in dB in that 1.5 range right there, where I've also gone in and boosted the vocal here.
'Cause I don't fit in and my game's not strong. My head is telling me I don't belong. I'm so awkward, awkward, awkward. I'm freaking out.
These are super pro tips. These are how some of these master guys are really carving things out of the way for other things to speak. When we rack our brains at home going, how do they make things sound like this? It's tiny little things like this. Dipping this out. We've got all this.
'Cause I don't fit in and my
This is compressing a little here in the 300 range, 400 range, and a little bit here in the 3K range.
'Cause I don't fit in and my
But we're really dipping it here, and that's where we're boosting in the lead vocal. And this is how the super pros make mixes sound so great on the radio. Learn this technique to get next level definition in your tracks. This is how it's done when you hear those impossible mixes and productions on the radio and Spotify. Get good at this one and you'll hear a huge difference in your music. Hey you guys, this is the part where we beg for money. Please put the right script up there, Sumner. This is not funny. Hey guys, please take time to subscribe and ring the bell below to notify you of new surgeries. Also take a look around in my store for some great cheap and free stuff. And one last thing, the Doctor's Lounge is open and in full swing. Come on, join us, get some amazing samples, stems, or one-on-one mix, production, or music advice. This is a really cool and super affordable thing, so check it out and see if it's for you. All the links are below in the description of this video. Thanks a lot. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Hit me with some comment love and a thumbs up below, and email me at drbobmusicsurgery@gmail.com. Take care of yourselves and each other, and I'll see you the next time the doctor's in.